get started. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this session where our focus is on financial reporting for not-for-profit organizations. Just a little housekeeping point before we go ahead. Overnight, there was a room change, and so I just want everyone to know the session that they are in. I know that there was a change from the Sala Cora room to the Patrasi room. Our session today, we will speak about financial reporting for not-for-profit organizations. Now, I cannot sit here today and speak confidently about the number of NPOs that exist globally, but I can say that that number is large. And I also know that they contribute significantly to the accounting and financial activity globally. We also know that NPOs perform a critical function. Prime among that is the social contribution as well as to the society's welfare. As such, these bodies are accountable to many different stakeholders whose needs are as diverse as the services NPOs provide. Irrespective of that, however, there's a common thread that runs through all NPOs, and that is the thread of accountability. Our session will focus on one of the accountability tools, as I said before, financial reporting. To explore the subject matter, we have 4 presenters from diverse backgrounds and jurisdictions who come with a wealth of knowledge and a combined experience of 50 years in their field. They will share their experiences of using local frameworks and discuss the most challenging aspects of not-for-profit accounting. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce the panelists. I will do so in the order in which they will be presenting this afternoon. I'll begin with Nigel Slay-Johnson. Nigel has responsibility for all ICAEW's policies on financial and non-financial reporting issues. He's a regular speaker and commentator in the UK and internationally, and was a major contributor to ICAEW's 2000 study for the EU implementation of IFRSs. Nigel was a principal author of ICAEW's 2012 publication, The Future of IFRSs, and has a PhD from London University. Next, we will have Luciano Hino. He's a full professor at Rome's Tor Vergata University, where he has been teaching economics of state-owned entities and non-profit organizations since 1994. He also served as an advisor to the Italian Ministers of Public Administration, Agricultural, Cultural Heritage, Budget, as well as the advisor to Prime Ministers of Italy. He will be followed by Tadashi Sekikawa. Tadashi has been a senior technical director of the Japanese Institute of Certified Public Accountants since October 2013. Before that, he was a partner of Deloitte & Touche in Japan. Mr. Sekikawa also served as a board member of the International Public Sector Accounting Standards between 2006 and 2011. And finally, we will hear from Rita Eberli. Rita is a member of the Executive Committee of the Swiss GAAP-FER Commission and the Swiss Public Sector Financial Reporting Advisory Committee. He has more than 20 years' experience in auditing with KPMG and is also involved in research activities at the University of Zurich. Each panelist will make a presentation at the podium, which will be followed by the question and answer session. And some of you may already be aware of the format that is being used for question and answers. There are 2 different ways. Via the wireless microphone that is available at the front of the room, on either side of the hall, as well as via the iPad. Now, I must indicate as well that owing to technology difficulties and the switch in the room, you may have a difficulty in submitting your questions through through the iPad app. So I suggest that you come to the front of the room and ask your questions briefly. Now, it is with pleasure that I invite Nigel to the podium.